hope in God alone. Take courage in His power to save, completely and forever won by Christ emerging from the grave. And I will wait for you, I will wait for you on your word. I will rely, I will wait for you, surely wait for you till my soul is satisfied. So this past week, church, we looked at the story of Simeon and Anna as Jesus was presented to them in the temple. Now, they had no idea who Jesus was up before that moment, but they had been promised a Savior for the people of Israel and for the whole world, someone who would be able to represent God and present them salvation before God's eyes, forgiveness before God's eyes, mercy before God's eyes. And so they chose to use their own eyes and to fix them ahead and to wait on that promised Savior. And as Jesus was taken into the temple, it's so amazing to me that these two people, both Simeon and Anna, from totally different walks of life, in totally different circumstances, both with their eyes fixed ahead, looking and waiting for the Lord, found what they were looking for. They found Jesus as he stepped into the temple, and they immediately recognized him as their Savior. Church, it's been a really hard year. It's been a really tough year, and many of us have struggled, and we're coming at this from all different circumstances. But what I know for a fact is that if we fix our eyes ahead, waiting on a Savior, waiting on grace, waiting on God's love, waiting on Jesus, when we fix our eyes on him, we will be steadied, and everything that we need before God will be provided to us by the God who loves us. So I gave this analogy on Sunday. I just challenged the church to think about walking on a tightrope or a slack line, if you know what that is. And as you walk on one of those slack lines, it can be kind of shaky. The ground under you might not feel super secure. But if you look down at your feet, it gets even wobblier. If you look at the source of the shakiness, you start to wobble and tip even more than you would if you looked out ahead. And what slackliners or tightropers actually do is they pick a fixed point out in front of them, something still, something steady that will never move, and they fix their eyes on that. And by looking at that thing, they're able to steady their own feet. So church, moving into 2020, as you head into New Year's, this midweek message is just a reminder for us to fix our eyes on something steady, to wait upon the Lord, to fix your eyes on Jesus.